Hey, are you Les Brown?
Yes, sir.
I heard you got a summit coming up. Tell us about it.
Well, what we're doing is teaching people how to combine AI with HI, artificial intelligence with human intelligence. Because at the end of the day, when you look at all the changes that are taking place, we know that we have to all evolve constantly and pivot and reinvent ourselves and develop ourselves to match what is in front of us and then go beyond that.
Fantastic, fantastic.
To present this year's Master of Influence Award, please help me welcome back NSA's board chair, JD CSP, Mr. William T. Thompson.
One.
We're hungry! Les Brown, congratulations on a lifetime of impactful work. We're so grateful you could have joined us in Influence 2023. Can't wait to continue the impact and the legacy through our work and our skills and assets as well.
As a new professional speaker, it was so inspiring to hear about a career that has lasted as long as I've been on this earth.
I actually had a call with you about like 100 years ago. I'm from Potomac, Maryland. I know your son's from Potomac, Maryland, Churchill grads. So I got a lot out of today's, just that personal touch, and can't wait to live a life of positive impact.
Congratulations to you, and you are an inspiration. Thank you.
Les, I cannot believe you're 81 years old. I turned to the person next to me, I'm like, no way. But you know what I love most about you? Yeah, you drop the pearls, but you are so authentic and humble. And I love that about you, and you love so much in my heart, so thank you.
Award, we will give a little wisdom at the same time. The NSA Master Influence Award, as Justice said, was created in 1993. It's presented to legendary speakers and highly influential business leaders. Some of the past recipients include Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, and business leaders include Art Lakelanter, Netflix co-founder Mark Randolph, and last year's winner, Beyonce's father, Mr. Matthew Knowles. This year's recipient is going to be Les Brown, who's been a master of influence on me. I bought his book back in 1993, long before I ever thought about becoming a speaker myself. His book, Live Your Dreams, was bought by me because I wanted to figure out how to best live my dreams. And so we've come full circle because he gave me the present of his book, and now I get to give him this award, the Master of Influence Award. So, without further ado, please welcome to the main stage the legendary Les Brown.
Congratulations, Dad. You accepted the highest award from National Speakers Association today. Talk to us when you stepped out on that stage and you saw a lot of them, your students, people that have really come into the speaking industry because they heard your voice and your story. How did you feel on the inside?
It was a humbling experience because when I started out, think about, 54 years ago, I've been speaking now for 5 decades, and see people who I trained who are now training others. I got chill bumps, but I was very humbled by receiving the award and the recognition. And the fact that I'm 81, still going strong, and I'm still hungry. Can you feel a brother up in here?
Still hungry and still handsome.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so, and this was an interview setting where they interviewed you, one of the board members of the NSA, and talk a little bit about the difference between giving a speech and an interview and any tips that you have for people.
I think it's very important to listen, be very attentive to the questions, and answer the questions in a context so that it will have value for the audience, always tied back to the audience, so that you can create from the beginning of them asking you questions or committed listening. Because whenever you're speaking in an interview or standing before an audience, they're asking, number one, what's in it for me?
Les, thank you so much for being such an incredible role model for this community and showing us all how it can be done in such a graceful way.
Absolutely. Les, without you, the impact of storytelling and speaking and heart and turning your pain into purpose, we wouldn't be the same. The world would not be the same. Thank you so much for being you.
You know, who are you? What do you have? Why should I care? And so being able to answer it in that way and inject your personality and passion and quotes, it makes it more colorful and being able to hold the attention of the audience.
Wow. Fantastic. And you definitely did. They were very fired up and excited. And one of the things that I'm curious about is, you know, you delayed becoming a speaker for how long?
14 years.
For 14 years. And you wanted to, but you put it off.
I put it off because I was being practical, logical, and realistic. Plus, I had people around me telling me I could not do it. But what they said was not as important as what I said to myself. There's an African proverb that says, the enemy within, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. And so the enemy inside of me said, Les Brown, you don't have a college education. Les Brown, you never worked for a major corporation. Les Brown, you were labeled educable mentally retarded. You failed twice in high school and elementary school. What makes you think that major corporations are going to hire you? What do you have to say, and how can you compete with people with PhDs and MBAs?
What?
Hi, I'm Paula Houlihan, and I'm here at the NSA National Conference, and I just saw Les Brown get an award. Les is an icon in our industry, and that is an understatement. Anyone who knows speakers knows Les Brown, and we are thrilled to see him get this prestigious award. Les shared so many pearls of wisdom. He talked about how a job is what you get paid for, a calling is what you are made for. Les, we are so grateful that you are here on this planet, sharing your calling and making the world a better place.
And then I had an experience, and this is what we do when we speak to an audience. We distract, dispute, and inspire. And a guy was speaking at Bob Proctor event, and he said, there's somebody here who should be up here holding this microphone. I'm standing in your dream. You've convinced yourself that you don't have what it takes. I want you to know that you are enough. And then he went on to speak, and then he stopped again, and he said, I don't know who you are, sir, or young lady, but I want to say this to you. The reason I'm standing up here, and you're seated out there in your fears and feeling inadequate, I represent the thoughts you have rejected for yourself. When I heard that, that was a gut punch. And I ran outside to a telephone booth where Superman used to go change his clothes. And you could make a phone call for a dime.
Right.
I called Mike Williams up, the author of the book, The Road to Your Best Stuff, and he's been my mentor all these years. And I said, Mike, I'm not rejecting myself anymore. He said, Bonnie, calm down. I said, no, my mother has cancer. I need to be there for her. I promised her I'll buy her home. I'll take care of her. I'm not rejecting myself anymore. I'm ready, man.
Hey Les, my name's Judson Lively. My parents were big people in the NSA world and the speaker world. My dad was a teacher, my mom was an entrepreneur. So they are kind of who got me into this world. And I can remember watching your cassette tapes, VHS tapes, listening to those things all the way back in the day in the early 80s, all the way through that growing up. So it was an honor to get to see you today. Congratulations on the award, well deserved, and just keep on changing lives.
And I believe that all of us have moments, defining moments in our lives that can push us over the edge and put us in a position to overcome the fears that we have and begin to step into the next greatest version of ourselves.
Wow, that's so powerful. And I'm sorry, but you won't be going into any phone booths anytime soon now, okay?
No,
You'll have to use your
no.
celly to call Mike.
That's
Okay.
right, yeah.
But after that, shortly after that, you made a decision to get on a bus and to go to an event, and you had a packed meal, if I recall.
Mama fixed me some marinated frog legs. I had marinated frog legs, and I was on a Greyhound bus from Miami to Plano, Texas. I had to go to Dallas first. And going to a training, the guy told me, when I told him I couldn't afford to come, he said, if you can't afford to come, you cannot afford not to be there. He said, make it happen. Don't try and teach people to do something that you haven't done. You've got to be willing to stretch beyond your comfort zone and bet on you. And I'm so glad, his name is Ed Foreman, that he did that, because as a result of that, he not only changed my life, but he changed now up to this point over 3 billion people's lives that I got a chance to speak to in the last 54 years.
Wow. Wow.
Les Brown, you are the master of the phrase. Instantly, on stage, you can come up with that phrase that pays. Thank you for sharing your time and your wisdom with us today at NSA.
All legends, yes. And you slept on your office floor. Yes. And in Detroit, Michigan. And you built a speaking business from nothing. Yes. So my first question is this. What's the one thing you did in those early years that you tell every speaker in this room to do?
One of the most important things that you can do as a speaker, and my mentor, Mike Williams, who authored the book, The Road to Your Best Stuff, I had a lot of people give me advice, but he told me something that I do today. He said, never let what you want to say get in the way of what your audience want to hear.
That is incredible. So, could you imagine then, when you boarded that, where were you going on that bus?
I'm going to Plano, Texas. Now listen, they called me Frogman on the bus because we were trading food. People had macaroni and cheese and fried chicken and pickled pig feet, okay?
Now with the nail on it, of course.
Of course, right. And when I got there, the driver, they knew me, and they said, okay, Frogman, we're here in Dallas, Texas. And I said, okay. I said, everybody, one day I'm gonna be a famous motivational speaker, and they applauded. And so I knew they were watching me, and I got off the bus. When they opened up the side of the bus, I got my luggage, and I knew they were watching me. So I had 2 pieces of luggage. I held one in my right hand, my left hand, and I hopped into the terminal, and they screamed like a frog. They screamed. And so while I was on the phone, I called the people from Plano, Texas. I said, hey, I'm here. And the bus driver came in and said, look, we took up a collection on the bus for you to help you with your dream, and gave me over $800. And fortunately, because this is the first seminar that I went to, I thought the money that I paid covered the hotel, and it did not. So, there's a scripture that says, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts should be established. In all thy ways acknowledge him. When you do what you are called to do, you make the commitment, God would do what you can't do. And so I was able, because of the collection they took up on the bus, to go to the hotel and stay there for the training. And it was a great experience, and that led to other speaking engagements from that time to this time, and speaking around the world.
Yes, and I think that when you look at from Frogman to global influencer,
yes,
could you have imagined the life that you would live when you got on that bus with those, you call it marinated frog legs? You gotta explain that to me.
When you think about Les Brown from Overtown, and there's a section in Miami, Florida called Overtown where we live, and they had Good Bread Alley and Bucket the Blood. They had signs, do your cutting and shoot Monday through Thursday, and avoid the weekend rush, okay? That nobody could have predicted, including me. I went to Douglas Elementary School and Booker T. Washington High School. I failed in the 4th grade at Douglas and in the 7th grade at Booker T. Washington High School. No one looking at me would have predicted this guy, one of the twins that Mamie Brown got out of foster care and adopted, would become this person that I'm now. I was supposed to become a statistic. And one of the things I think is very important, that people should not label kids, label jars, but not people, because you don't know. And those of you that are listening, there's some things you can do that eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor is there in the heart of mankind what God has in store for you if you're willing to invest in yourself and you're willing to get outside of your comfort zone where dreams go to die. You have the potential to do more than you can ever begin to imagine.
Yes, and your life is proof of that. You are an inspiration that is literally, it redefines color lines, cultures. There are so many people that you've inspired from all walks of life. And there's something that you've done that I'm really curious about your philosophy. What is your definition of consistency and the power of consistency and how you've been able to do this at such a high level for so long?
You gotta be hungry. You gotta find something that's your calling. A job is what you get paid for. A calling is what you're made for. A calling is something that you love so much, you do it for nothing. I volunteered and did hundreds of speeches free for a long period of time. A calling is something you love so much, you do it for nothing, but you do it so well that people will pay you to do it. And in this place where we are right now, where people have to pivot and reinvent themselves because the majority of jobs are going to be automated, that people are going to discover they have some other talents they've been sitting on. The school system does not educate us, it indoctrinate us. And so now, this is a time for people to find out what they're really made of. Because something that Viktor Frankl said in Man's Search for Meaning, he said, in life, you're either in a problem or just left one or headed toward one.
Hey, my name's Rick. I just saw Les Brown for about 15 minutes here today at the Influence Conference where he picked up an award. And I think the best thing he said, and I'm a 2-time cancer survivor, was the doctor determines the diagnosis, but God determines the prognosis. Les, that's very true, brother.
Les Brown, I am here today at Influence. I'm a speaker. You've changed my life. I saw you with Zig Ziglar at Get Motivated Seminars in Orlando, Florida back in 2002. You changed my life then, inspired me to become a speaker. It was an honor to see you today. Congratulations on your award.
Dude, congratulations. One of the things I love about you is the way you bring your faith into your message. And we struggle. People who believe struggle to find a way to bring that connection to the audience. And you do it seamlessly. You're a great example. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Les.
But on the other side of the challenges and the problems is the next greatest expression of who you are. And I'm saying to people that are listening, don't make the mistake I did. I spent 14 years procrastinating, but I'm still here. And this is your moment, this is your time. You're still listening, it's because what's in me is in you plus even more. Challenge yourself. You have lived experiences that AI, Claude, ChatGPT, none of those. Perplexity can replace your lived experiences. The internet is a scraper, but there are things that you have experienced, and there are people who need your message. This is a $1 billion a day industry, and they're expecting it to be $1 trillion a day in less than 3 years.
Wow, that is incredible. And finally, I'm here with the recipient of the 2026 Global Influence Award from National Speakers Association. What is your definition of influence? And more specifically, encourage and what tip for those that actually want to be an influencer, online, in person?
Yeah, well, today you got to be an influencer. You got to have something that you want to do. There's a book I read called Average is Over. You want to find something that resonates with who you are, and you want to master that so that you stand out in this noisy, crowded marketplace, and do it so well that you build a reputation and people want to pay you for your knowledge or your skills, for your movement, or whatever it is that you're involved in. It's a time that you have to bet on you. I remember there's a song years ago, Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that has his own. And Mamie Brown, your grandmother, she taught me that every tub must stand on its own bottom. And so this is a time that we have to take responsibility for our lives. A lot of things have happened. Rights and opportunities that we once had have been stripped away. But we've been here before. We are the descendants of the ones who would not give up and would not die. And we have the ability to recreate ourselves, reinvent ourselves, to pivot and do something else that can make our mark, to live a life that will outlive us.
Yes.
Having the opportunity to see Les Brown speak today was honestly amazing. To be that coherent, clear, and offer us such nuggets of gold at 81, priceless. Les, you keep on dancing.
Yeah, Les Brown has been very pivotal to me in my desire to be a speaker, as well as getting over challenges in my own career. He really ignited in me something that I thought was there, but he really brought it out so that understanding that I was meant for more. Because of him, I'm not only understand I'm meant for more, I'm shooting for more.
Congratulations, Les, for winning this yet another award in your stellar career. Now, this is the third time I've heard you speak. The first time that we met, which was 2 years ago at this conference, National Speakers Association, you introduced yourself to me, which was Les Brown is introducing himself to me. And it is sinking in, you're helping me play bigger and bigger, which I appreciate you so much for every day and how you inspire me and how you inspire millions across the globe. Bless you. Thank you.
Yes, and with all of the lives that you have touched, your influence will continue generation after generation. And on a lighter note, how will you celebrate, Mr. Brown? You're so serious all the time, even though you have a great sense of humor. So how are you going to celebrate this major achievement?
Well, tomorrow I'm going and get me some cocoa butter and sit on the back porch, and I'm going to get a tan.
Too late!
I got a friend of mine from Nassau. They're going to fix me some pigeon peas and rice and some conch fritters.
Oh.
Okay, yes. And I got a friend that's can bake a sweet potato pie like your grandmama. So I'm going to celebrate tomorrow, yes.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we are proud of you. As your son, I'm very proud of you. We know that your fans out there are always inspired from you. And so to close us out, I would like for you to tell us, if you had to go back in that period, the 14-year period when you denied yourself, what would you say to convince yourself to take action?
Push yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself and don't accept the limited beliefs that we buy into that's been said about us. You know, there's a reason we're taught, be ye not conformed to the world. Choose not to blend in. Live a life where you're standing out and living a life that will outlive you. Live a life of impact. That's what I'll say to this dude. Yeah.
Well, and I'll say, make sure you have your last kid because he loves you very much. We are here, the one only. We got to show him the award there. We got to show him the award.
We started off with that.
No, that was a picture. We got to show him the award, okay?
Yes.
They said they wanted to mail it to us. I said, no. We're not mailing it. We're not mailing anything here.
No.
So
this is
beautiful. We can add it to the Emmy and
the award from the Cancer Centers of America.
And the award from Cancer Centers of America. We'll add it to the honorary doctorate from Morehouse.
Yes.
And here it is, right here live. Turn it this way so they can see it.
Yes.
Got celebrating Master of Influence, Les Brown, the CPAE Award. Thank you so much, Dad, for all the lives that you touched. We love you, we appreciate you, and we're hungry for more, so don't go anywhere.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye for now. Bye-bye.
It's not the same without the pinky, Daddy.
Bye-bye.